In this business, you are only as good as the people that you surround yourself with. I had a salesman turn away a customer on a deal that he was probably going to make $1,500 to $2,000 on. Guys come in that were looking at two trucks that we had. They just happened to be, $35,000, $40,000 trucks. And they told us that they wanted to put somewhere between $13,000 and $15,000 down. They said they were here for work and they had been here about a year, but they had worked for a construction company that was based out of Ohio. And they had been here the last year just finishing up some jobs. So Carlos, our salesman, had got everything punched in, credit app in, 500 credit score. The only thing that was on there was a credit card that had went bad. Gave them numbers, and it was, with much money as they were putting down, they really weren't going to have any issue buying, a $35,000, $40,000 truck. Carlos came back to me and said that he wanted to adjust some numbers, and so I just started asking him for whatever reason, just a couple questions, and then some stuff just started to really not make sense. So he mentioned something to me about how last week they were in California finishing up a job, and then just red flags everywhere. The thing I did was I Googled Graham Construction. There was 5 or so listed in Kansas City, and then I typed in Graham Construction, Ohio, just trying to see if I could match, the company that they were saying that they worked for, and I couldn't find one that matched the spelling of what they gave Carlos to put on their application. So then what I did is I Googled the phone number that they gave us. Here's where it gets crazy. The number they gave him to verify employment took us to the Attorney General's office in Houston, Texas. And then the address that they gave us was not an address in Ohio, but it was an address attached to a house in Virginia. And we saw the bank statements and just wanted to verify that they were actually receiving money from Graham Construction, which they were. It's really weird when they have 2 separate bank accounts, one that they use that all their income goes to, and the other one is an address that they use to verify their proof of residence, which they had just switched over to Kansas City about 2 months ago. Go through the last 3 months statements, both bank accounts, the deposit account and the proof of residence account, are attached to 2 New York addresses that are entirely different. Carlos then told me, he's like, we can't sell them a car. And he's right, we absolutely cannot sell them a car, right? Because if they don't make their payment, or for whatever reason something doesn't verify and we have to pick the truck up, there is no telling where that truck could be. It could be 20 hours away in New York. It could be 30 hours away in California. You just don't have any idea. And the best part about the whole thing is he didn't flinch. Once he saw what I was seeing, there was zero question in his mind that there is absolutely no way that we can sell these guys a car. And I would tell you, man, there is not a better feeling knowing that you have employees that work at your dealership that are pulling the rope the same way, trying to achieve the same goal. Obviously, it sucks we didn't make any money from it, but to have an employee turn away a deal that was going to be very lucrative for him if it went through, it's because of so many things that popped up.